I'm sitting at gate A7, my flight delayed for the third time, exhausted from a long week of meetings in a city that never stopped raining. Just as I'm about to drown my frustrations in an overpriced airport latte, my phone buzzes ominously, a call from Alex, my husband. We've been married for 14 years, and calls from him during my business trips usually involve a mix-up with the grocery list or a mild complaint about the internet speed. But this time, something about the way his name glows on the screen sends a shiver down my spine. "Hey Clara," he starts, casually. "Listen, I've been doing a lot of thinking. This isn't new." Alex always thinks. He's the compulsive planner, the guy who GPS his way to the farmer's market every Saturday, despite it being 5 minutes from our apartment. But then he drops it. He's divorcing me, and apparently, he's already sold our apartment while I was gone. It's like a gut punch that leaves me winded, my body reacting before my mind fully comprehends the betrayal involved. His words tumble out all jumbled with glee about starting fresh with a new girlfriend. "Good luck finding a new home," he finishes, his voice laced with malice and something else, a triumphant arrogance as if he's just conquered some perceived enemy. There's a pause where I could have screamed or cried or unleashed the wrath of a century. Instead, I channel my inner ice queen, letting calm wrap around me like an old, familiar friend. "Sounds good," I reply evenly. The line goes dead, and I'm left with the numbing drone of airport announcements. My mind races in all directions, part of it reeling over the audacity, while another segment starts plotting. There's no outburst of tears, no public display of heartbreak. Instead, a plan begins to form, an intricate dance of careful steps and measured moves. Here, in the terminal's harsh fluorescent lighting, is where Alex unknowingly awakens a side of me he never thought existed. The flight eventually boards, an insufferable 4 hours where I'm stranded with my own thoughts amid recycled cabin air. By the time we land, I've crafted the bare bones of what's to come next, a revenge that will be served glacially cold. I want to clarify one thing before we dive deeper into this saga. I wasn't blindsided by this. In our last few months together, Alex has been acting like a half-baked actor, poorly impersonating the role of a devoted husband. But it was tolerable, until now. As I make my way through baggage claim, a sort of unholy determination settles over me. I know him, know how he thinks, and I am ready to use every ounce of that meticulous knowledge against him. Love, trust, the shared history, they were placeholders, temporary stops in a journey I'm suddenly prepared to travel alone. And right there, amidst the chaos of lost luggage and weary travelers, I feel the stirrings of something I didn't expect: liberation. Stay tuned, because this is a tale you won't forget, filled with cunning layers of deception, strategic moves that unfold like a chess game, and a confrontation that promises explosive closure. But for now, I head home, every step a beat closer to the day I ensure his grin won't just vanish, it will implode. Returning home felt like entering enemy territory, except this was the battlefield I knew all too well. The irony wasn't lost on me as I slid the key into the door of the apartment that, according to Alex, was no longer mine. The walls seemed to hum with the tension of what had been whispered behind my back. I flicked on the lights, expecting to find a void where once was our meticulously decorated living room. But everything was in place, innocuous in its normalcy, a snapshot of domestic bliss, yet blood-curdling in its deception. The silence was deafening, giving way to the hollow echo of my heels against hardwood. I made quick work of checking through his places for any signs of foul play. Nothing. Even the damn pillows on the couch sat pristinely, like unfaithful sentinels, guarding the scene of a crime. Knowing Alex, any incriminating evidence wouldn't be found unless he wanted it to be, but these mundane touches told me something else: he hadn't expected me home so soon. I grab my laptop and sit down at the kitchen island, facing a window that overlooks the city. The skyline, usually a source of inspiration, now cuts jagged teeth against the night sky, mirroring the challenges ahead. It's time to sift through digital trails, emails, bank accounts, any shred of contact info for that new girlfriend. As someone who once balanced our finances and managed our social calendar, I know where to look, where secrets might untangle if pulled just right. And there it is, breadcrumbs leading to a conversation history he clumsily forgot to erase. I take pictures with my phone, I am not leaving anything to memory. One thread especially catches my attention: sweet nothings exchanged with a woman named Gina who conveniently matches the undefined girlfriend in his goodbye. My investigative prowess gets an unexpected boost when I discover their upcoming little rendezvous, ironically scheduled at the cafe where Alex and I first met. I can't help but laugh at the cliché. Who cheats to the soundtrack of their own love story? Then there are the financial statements. I see anomalies, large withdrawals he never mentioned. Evidently, he's been busy constructing a new life with plans to abscond, which makes the sudden selling of the apartment make perfect sense. He must have thought I'd do nothing, just roll over and accept his terms. His underestimation is his Achilles heel. I start copying everything, every little detail, building a case. The legal part of my mind, always ready to engage, starts drafting an outline. Divorce isn't just splitting assets, it's warfare when it comes down to deception like Alex's. And I'm preparing my arsenal. The only thing left is to tighten the noose, so when he steps into my trap, he can't slip out again. I need a face-to-face confrontation where his defenses are down, lulled by the mistaken belief in his upper hand. Planning aside, the fatigue starts to pull at me. Days of travel and secrets uncovered can't hold against the weight of exhaustion creeping in. I take one last sweep around, making sure nothing is out of place. As I prepare to lock up, I whisper to the emptiness of the apartment, as if Alex can already hear me: tomorrow, the game begins. Tomorrow, things will escalate. But for now, sleep. I'll need my energy, because soon, Alex will learn the true depth of the woman he underestimated. Morning rays filter through the sheer curtains, startling me awake to a new reality. No longer am I merely Clara, wife, business consultant, passive partner. Today, I'm Clara, catalyst, and the air feels different with purpose crackling in it. Over a cup of coffee strong enough to wake the dead, I finalize my groundwork. It's a meticulous dance, between ensuring everything appears normal while setting the stage for an encounter Alex won't forget. My first move takes me to a cozy cafe, a neutral battleground. I position myself strategically, laptop open, phone in hand, eavesdropping on the bubbling conversations around me. When Alex saunters in, his demeanor is that of a man walking into his kingdom, completely unaware of the siege that awaits. He spots Gina already nestled at a back table, her wide-eyed eagerness grates against the placid setting. She's irritatingly predictable, all flouncy hair and superficial cheer, a stark contrast to the storm swirling beneath my calm facade. Alex leans in, kissing her cheek with an intimacy that forms a knot of anger under my sternum. While they chat, I take a few candid photos, documenting the dalliance unfolding before me. The tension builds, a silent countdown that aligns my resolve with every tick of the clock. I watch as they sip their lattes, my eyes sliding over Alex's smartphone carelessly placed on the table like bait. Oblivious, the two engage in light chatter, unaware their private world is soon to be publicly scrutinized. Casually, I stand and weave through the narrow passage between tables, feigning distraction as I sync my Bluetooth to intercept any nearby devices. My heart pounds in my ears as sweat prickles at the nape of my neck. It's risky, but rewarding if executed correctly, a maneuver requiring precision. For a fleeting moment, Alex glances around, eyes skimming over me as if dismissing a stranger, his folly. I return to my seat, the data transfer complete, and sift through discoveries, a trove of messages and plans laid bare now in my possession. Documented evidence that paints a damning picture, further tightening the grip of my impending strategy. Just as I prepare to depart, my poker face is stormed by a surge of memories: Alex proposing under cherry blossoms, our laughter echoing through the halls of what I thought was a happy home. Their laughter at the next table jars me back to cold reality. I slip out with them none the wiser, a ghost haunting the outskirts of their betrayal. Outside, I draw a deep breath, letting the crisp air cleanse away the remnants of our past. The public ritual of cafe rituals has armed me with the ammunition I need. It's time for Act 2, confrontation. At home, I collate the captured images and messages into a comprehensive dossier. Each page is a harrowing testament to his duplicity, a visual narrative of infidelity and deceit. The document feels potent in my hands, power pulsating from facts soon to be unleashed. The day wears on with the buildup of impending confrontation simmering beneath the surface. When evening dusk envelopes the city, I know it's time. Alex expects me at another business trip, unburdened by schedules and the likes. Instead, I plan to confront him directly. When he steps through the door, exhausted from what he perceives as a victorious day, his surprise will be my justice. Tonight won't end as he imagines. Instead, it will be the prelude to his downfall. Alex may have underestimated me, but he's entirely oblivious to the magnitude of what's coming next. The hours tick by with excruciating slowness as I wait for Alex. Each minute stretches taut, vibrating with anticipation of the confrontation that will soon erupt within these walls. In this apartment, where every picture frame holds falsified memories and insincere smiles, the air thickens with the weight of what must unfold. Finally, the sound of the front door opening shatters the silence. Alex walks in, shedding his coat with the obliviousness of a man returning to safety. He pauses mid-step upon seeing me at the dining table, a tableau of unexpected calm amidst awaiting chaos. His surprise is almost comical, the stammer of confusion before his mask of confidence slips back into place. "Clara. Didn't expect you back so soon," he offers, masking his irritation with feigned warmth. His eyes dart around, scanning for cues as to why I've flouted travel plans. But I give him nothing, just a serene smile that doesn't reach my eyes. "Alex, we need to talk," I say, keeping my tone neutral, the gravity of my words anchoring the room. He nods, distracted, probably wondering how quickly he can extract himself for a night with Gina. "What's this about?" he asks, motioning towards the stack of documents on the table, each page a lethal blow wrapped in simplicity. I gesture for him to sit, sliding the dossier closer with deliberation. His hand trembles slightly as he turns the pages, realization dawning like a slow burn across his face. This isn't just any confrontation, it's an unveiling, a rebirth from complicity into culpability. I study him, noting each transition from confusion to denial, then to anger. "This is ridiculous, Clara," he scoffs, though his voice lacks conviction. "You've clearly misunderstood. This isn't what it looks like." Classic unsettling gaslighting tactics he's resorted to in minor disputes, but now can prove futile against compiled evidence. I lean back, arms crossed, allowing a fraction of the seethe I've contained to color my words. "Misunderstood? Alex, the proof is irrefutable. Money missing from our accounts, rendezvous plans, messages that read like a bad romance novel. I think I understand perfectly." His bravado flickers, eyes sliding aside, searching for higher ground in this quicksand of lies. "All right," he huffs, feigning relent. "But you have to admit, we've been distant, right? Maybe it's for the better." "Distant?" I echo, incredulity spilling over. "You orchestrated a coup on our marriage, behind my back, and expect a graceful hear you out? Don't flatter yourself." My voice rides the edge of composure, a blade honed for the inevitable cut. A beat of silence, heavy and stifling, falls between us. It is in that void I reclaim my autonomy, snatching back every piece of myself whittled away by his betray, the web he's cast finally revealing its tattered weakness. "I'm filing for divorce, Alex," I declare, the calm certainty of the words akin to an unexpected release, a freedom from this charade. "And if you think selling our apartment gets you off scot-free, think again. I've taken precautions." For the first time, fear flashes across his face, a recognition that I'm not just assuming control, I'm reclaiming what's mine, standing as the storm he never anticipated. I rise, leaving him to absorb the reality of his unraveling world. What he sold wasn't just property, it was the illusion of control that's now crumbling around him. The courtroom clash is inevitable, but right now, in this moment, I find strength in the truth unchained. With the full weight of justice leaning in my favor, I prepare to leave him with the ghost of choices made. Alex watches, a figure momentarily silenced, caught in the turbulence created by his own making. "Good luck, Alex," I toss over my shoulder, resonating triumph in each step as I exit. Tonight, the world shifts, as I step into a future sculpted by resilience and unyielding new beginnings. The following weeks are a meticulous blur of legal formalities and unexpected revelations. I've thrown myself into the process with a fervor I didn't know existed, each legal document and subpoena of financial records forming the keystone of a new chapter unmuddied by deceit. The law firm I engaged is a fortress of expertise. They navigate Alex's convoluted financial weavings with the precision of a master jeweler, unearthing each hidden dollar like buried treasure. As the days unravel, I uncover layers of Alex's financial treachery that leave me simultaneously enraged and fascinated. There are shell accounts, convoluted investments, and on-paper business ventures that exist for no purpose other than to feather his nest. It's become more than just a betrayal of love, it's a calculated betrayal of trust, an assault on everything I thought our union represented. Alex attempts to reach out, sometimes with indignation, other times with hollow apologies wrapped in excuses. "Clara, let's talk this over like adults," he pleads in a voicemail, voice dripping with manufactured remorse. I save each message, their words potential ammunition in the courtroom drama poised to unfold. Despite the emotional toll, I find myself surprisingly centered, buoyed by the support of friends who rally like a shield against the emotional fallout. My closest confidant, Lisa, becomes a fierce ally, her presence a bedrock of laughter and reality checks. Over wine and takeout dinners, we strategize, crystallizing my case into an undeniable force. The showdown arrives in the form of a court date, a day marked in my calendar with the resolve of a battle-hardened warrior. As I enter the courtroom, flanked by my steadfast legal team, the atmosphere buzzes with a mixture of anticipation and gravity. Alex is already there, seated with a lawyer known for defending men caught in similar webs. His confidence is a thin veneer, frayed at the edges as I meet his gaze unwaveringly. The session begins, every word, every argument from my team meticulously dismantling the facade Alex so carefully cultivated. Evidence of his financial manipulation and adultery constructs an ironclad narrative, my own testimony a clarion call of betrayal met with resilience. Alex squirms under the weight of irrefutable facts, his lawyer mounting a defense that crumbles with each piece of evidence presented. In a dramatic turn, the judge sides with clarity, the ruling swift and resolute. I emerge with more than just a legal victory, I have custody of our remaining assets, and most importantly, my dignity intact. The sentence also reflects a punitive element against Alex's financial misconduct, a societal mark against his misconduct that transcends just personal vindication. In the aftermath of judgment, leaving the court feels less like an ending and more like the dawn of an uncharted journey. The world is brighter, wider, infinite in its potential, and better yet, in my control. Our standoff's conclusion isn't just a legal victory, it's a reclaiming of identity, a powerful affirmation that the woman leaving these courthouse steps is not shattered but sculpted by experience. I have a future unbridled by deceit, unshackled from the shadows of unfaithfulness. Returning home that evening, I stand amid my reclaimed space, daylight pouring through the windows, a promise of renewal dancing in the rays. My phone buzzes, a message from Lisa, celebratory dinner tonight? Yes, I think, replying with a resolute grin. Tonight, revel in the triumph, and welcome the open arms of possibility tomorrow will bring. Weeks have passed since the ruling, and the dust of that chapter has finally settled. The days now stretch before me like a blank canvas, daring me to paint my own path without the shadows of Alex's betrayal looming over me. The legal battles have subsided into a quiet strength simmering within, a testament to my journey from heartache to healing. With the financial settlements achieved, I find myself in possession of more than just material wealth. I have a newfound appreciation for friends who are family and for the simple things often overshadowed by the complexities of a marriage gone awry. I've taken to baking as a form of therapy, coaxing flour and sugar into delicate pastries in my grandmother's kitchen, a childhood sanctuary I hadn't visited in years. Each batch is a reminder of resilience and creation, ingredients transformed into something beautiful and whole. One Saturday morning, I decide to visit a local art gallery, something I once loved but had shelved due to the all-consuming nature of my marriage and work. As I wander through the curated exhibits, each piece tells stories of love, loss, and everything in between. My steps are lighter, the world vibrant with colors previously subdued by the hues of my past trials. That's when I meet Sam, an artist whose work captivates me with its raw authenticity. We strike up a conversation that flows with ease, our laughter echoing softly amid the gallery walls. There's something refreshing about his company, a reminder of genuine connections that aren't tethered by agendas. As we stroll through the exhibition, the conversation shifts from art to life, each story shared a brushstroke on our budding friendship's canvas. It's a connection born not from necessity but curiosity, a testament to moving forward without the baggage of hindsight dictating possibilities. Later, I find myself at a cafe down the street, Sam across the table, stories of our divergent paths intermingling with sips of coffee. It's in this unexpected afternoon that another layer of healing unfurls, a recognition that forward motion doesn't erase the past, it builds upon it. As I step outside that evening, bidding Sam goodbye, the city lights twinkle like promises scattered across the horizon. I take a deep breath, inhaling freedom, one seasoned by scars that have turned into the map guiding my future. Back home, I settle by the window, staring out at the skyline, its constellations whispered against the familiar, but newly independent, backdrop of my life. This journey of betrayal and confrontation, resilience and redemption, crystallizes into a single, profound truth: I am enough, no longer defined by another's tenure in my life. With my finger poised over my phone, I send Lisa the message she's been anticipating, ready for the next adventure. As I hit send, the weight of the past lifts, leaving space for whatever comes next. The world doesn't wait, it transforms with every choice we embrace, and my first choice as a truly autonomous Clara is clear: to embrace the unknown with open arms and an open heart. Tomorrow is a blank canvas ready for new stories, and for the first time in a long time, I am both the artist and the storyteller, painting a life defined by strength, resilience, and the endless possibilities of new beginnings.